Hey everyone, and welcome to the club, and welcome to another weekend art challenge. Today I'll be fusing Majin Buu with Piccolo. I'm going to get started in the center of my page with the eyes. So I'm going to start with Majin Buu's eyes. So we're going to start on the left side. We're going to draw a curve coming down and then in towards the center. Now from here I just want to curl up in towards the middle. So I'm just going to pull this up and straight up. Let's take that and flip it over on the right side. So start in the middle, we'll curve down the frown line and then up. Now we're going to curve up and out for the upper eyelid. Now at the bottom of these two curves, I'm just going to draw a short angled line coming down and out. And then from the outside, I want to create a little overlap and just angle down and in with a longer line. So stepping in, we'll angle down and in. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a slight curve, going up and then down. Let's tuck the iris and pupil underneath the upper eyelid. So it's a half circle, starting from the top, curve down, and then back up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now in the middle, we're going to draw a smaller half circle for the pupil, and we'll fill that in black. Let's go in and fill the outer part of the eye in black. Now just above the eyes, I want to accentuate the brow. So we're going to draw a curve just above the left eye, coming down and then in. Do the same thing on the right. Now let's step down in the middle and draw in the mouth. So I'm going to start with a short line going across, and at the ends we're just going to angle up and out with a short line. Now along the sides we're going to come down and then in, and then we'll connect the bottoms with a slight curve going up in the middle. Let's add some teeth. So about halfway down this line we're just going to draw a short angle line going up and then in on both sides. And we'll connect it with a straight line across the middle. Just below the mouth, I'm going to draw a short line for the lowered lip. Let's add a little shading underneath the eye. So I'm just going to draw a curve just underneath the left eye, going across and then in. Do the same thing on the right side. Okay, so now that we got the face, let's draw on the sides of the head. So on the left side of the eye, we're going to step out and just draw an angled line coming down and then in. About the same height as the mouth. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to take these 2 points angled in towards the chin, and we're going to round out the chin. Starting on the left, we'll go straight in towards the middle. Now we're going to round out the chin and then go up towards the right. Now before I draw on the rest of the head, I want to draw on that large antenna. So we're going to start just in the middle here with a point. From this point I'm going to curve out and then around to the right side. Start by going out. I'm going to curl this around. Now I just want to pull this in. So coming down, and now I'm going to pull it up, leaving a little bit of space in between here. Now I'm going to curve and just taper this down and then make my way towards this bottom. So I want to round out the bottom area here. So going in. Now we're going to come back out towards the right, and I want to blend in towards the curve along the bottom. Now I'm going to continue this line going around in behind the antenna. So we're going to blend into a curve going around and then in behind. Now I'm going to make my way back down towards the right side. Let's add Piccolo's head wrap in behind the antenna. So we're going to start just beside the eye on the side of the head. We're going to curve across and up, just underneath the antenna. Now in the middle here, I'm going to curve down towards the right side. Let's add some wrinkles to the head wrap. So on the left side here, we're just going to draw a series of curves going across of various lengths. So we're going to step up, draw a short one, go up again, draw a slightly longer one. Now let's go to the right side and curve in the opposite direction. Start with a short one, go up, slightly longer, and then a short one at top. Let's do another one up here. So just coming from the antenna, we'll go outwards. Now on this side here, we're going to curve down with a couple lines. Now I'm going to go to the side of the head and add in Piccolo's large pointed ears. So on the left side here, I want to curve up and out, towards the left. We're going to line up the right side and do the same thing. Now we're going to curve down. So we're going to taper this down to right about here. And then we're going to curve in the opposite direction in behind the cheeks. Let's add a little bit of inner ear detail. So we're going to take this curve and just duplicate it right below, but we're going to leave a little space on the side. Curving in behind the head. Now from here I'm going to step in and curve down and then in behind the head. Do that on both sides. I'm going to go in and fill all these areas in black. Okay, so now that we got the head, let's go in and draw in Piccolo's large collar and shoulder area. So starting from the bottom of the left ear, I'm going to draw a wrinkle. Curving down and then in. Do the same thing on the right, going in the opposite direction. Now in the middle here, I'm going to draw a curve. So I'm going to step down from left to right, and draw a curve. Now from here, we're going to step out and draw another curve. So on the left side, we'll curve down to the bottom of the collar, and then go up on the right side. Let's layer in the shoulders. From this point, I'm going to step down, curving out and up towards the left. Do the same thing on the right. I'm going to create an overlap on the inside. Now from here, I'm going to curve up and then in behind the ears. Let's add another wrinkle in the shoulder area. So up here, I'm going to follow that same curve, the short curve on the inside. Now we're going to go in and tuck the body in underneath the collar. So on either side, we're going to curve down and in, so the body gets a little bit narrower as it comes in towards the hips. So for the left side, we'll curve down and then in. Both sides. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve, coming down and then back up. I'm going to take that curve and just duplicate it at the top for the top edge of the sash. Now I'm going to go in and add some wrinkles in the sash. On the left side, I'm going to draw 2 curves. Maybe a longer one along the top, and then on the right side. We'll start with a long one along the bottom, and a short one along the top. Now in the middle, just underneath the belt, I'm going to draw a straight line coming down to the lower torso. Coming down pretty low. Now from here, I want to draw an overlapping curve from left, going up, and then down on the right. Now we're going to draw a series of wrinkles around the edge of the pant. So from the hip, I just want to draw a curve going out and then in. Just going to pull that down on either side. Now let's add some pleats along the bottom. So right here on the left side, we're going to draw a curve coming down, and the same on the right. Now I want to add another wrinkle at the bottom here. So from the center, I'm going to curve up and then out. Let's add a wrinkle on the inner part of the leg. So from this point, I'm going to step in, curve around, and then out. Do the same thing on the right. We're going to add another wrinkle on the outside. So from here, we're going to step up, curving out. Now we're going to pull that down and in. Now I'm going to draw a half circle at the bottom of the leg. So from here, we're going to step up, curving around towards the bottom. Now we're just going to pull that up underneath this wrinkle. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to tuck the feet in underneath the pant. So on the bottom of this curve, I'm just going to draw an angled line coming down and out. We're going to do that on both sides. We're going to round out the bottom of the foot. So from the heel to the toe, curve down and then out. And then we're going to curve up and out underneath the pant. So from here, we're going to go up and then in. Let's add a trim to the shoe. Starting from the toe, we're going to step up, curve up, and then down. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the inside, we'll start by going up, down, and then across. We're going to duplicate that curve just above. Now let's move back up underneath the shoulders and draw on the arms. So I'm going to start right where the body meets the collar, curve down and out. Now we're going to curve again towards the wrist. From here, we're going to curve down and then out for the forearm. Now let's draw on the outer part of the arm. So we're going to step out and curve in the opposite direction. Curving down and then in towards the elbow. Do that on both sides. Now I'm going to do a slight overlap and come down towards the wrist. From this point, we're going to step out, curve out, and then down. I want to leave a little space on the inside. Now let's move back to the left side and draw on the fist. We're going to start with the thumb first. From this point, I want to go up, down. Now I'm going to pull this up about halfway along this curve. From here, I'm just going to hook back the palm. Let's stack the fingers in behind. So on the outer edge of the thumb, I'm going to draw a half oval, going out and then in. Do that again. We're going to go out, in, and then we'll tuck this in behind the thumb, and we'll do that one last time. Now from the bottom part of this finger, we're going to curve down and up in towards the wrist. Let's do the same thing on the right side. We'll start with the thumb first, going up, down, and then we're going to pull that up. We're going to hook back the palm. Now let's stack the fingers in behind. So on the outer part of the thumb, do a half oval. We'll do that again. Now we're going to tuck this in behind the thumb. We'll do that one more time. Now at the bottom of this finger, we're going to curve around and then in towards the wrist. Let's give him some wristbands. So from these 2 points on the wrist, I'm just going to bridge it with a curve. And we're going to step up about halfway along the forearm, draw another curve. Now I just want to trim this out. We're going to take that same curve, duplicate it on the inside, and the same with the top. Let's do the same thing on the right. We're going to take these 2 points on the wrist, we'll connect that, go about halfway up the forearm, draw another curve. We're just going to trim this out on the inside. I want to add a little trim detail in the inner part of the upper arm. So from this point in the elbow, I'm going to curve up and underneath the collar. And then we're going to add a couple lines on the inside. So curve along the bottom, step up, draw that same curve. Do the same thing on the right. Now the final thing I'm going to do is add in Piccolo's cape. So we're going to start from this corner in the shoulder, we're going to curve down and out in behind the arm. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction from the bottom of the hand, curve around and then in. Now from here I just want to taper this in behind the hand. So it gets wider and then goes up. Let's go to the right side. Now from here I'm just going to curve around the hand and then in behind the leg. Start by going in, go around the hand, and we're just going to pull this in behind the foot. Let's add a fold in the cape here. So this curve we're going to continue going around and then in, and then we're going to take this and taper up to the outside edge of the cape, going around the hand and then up. Now you can see this cape going in behind the body here. So from this point we're going to step up, curving up, in behind the leg. Now you can see it come down, in between the legs, and then up. And that's pretty much it. There's our Majin Buu and Piccolo fusion. I hope you enjoyed today's art challenge, and if you have any more challenge ideas, please add it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.